Hi, loves, my lovely friends. Talking to you, all, sharing my ideas with you all is fast becoming a hobby to me. In today's video, I want to share with you all ways, things I have done, and things I believe strongly in that can help me and all of us to upgrade our lives, especially in this 2022. Please, if you're somebody that genuinely wants to get better, in any aspect of your life, self-improvement, self-development, and how to better yourself in 2022, this video is definitely for you. This video is a video you should not actually skip for any reason. You should see this video from start to finish. No matter if it's getting boring or if it's not getting boring, you're probably going to be going home with like 5 tips that is definitely going to make you feel better. That sounds like what you should be interested in seeing. Please watch this video from start to finish, and then let's jump into the video. There are 7 tips I have here. I'm going to be reading them in no particular order. So the first one in my book right now is reduce the time you spend on TV and on social media. In my opinion, the thing about TV and social media is that it is something that is very important in helping you to relax. It is something that is very important in helping you to be aware of what is happening and what is obtained at the moment. There are ways to help you to connect to your friends, to connect to your friends, to connect with what is happening in the contemporary world. The problem with it is that it is addictive. Waking up in the morning and rushing to your phone and looking at your Instagram post and then scrolling up and up and up, and before you know what's up, 30 minutes have passed. Before you know what's up, 2 hours have passed. Like having series and series of movies that after seeing this one you realize that it's so interesting. You now use the author in that movie to find out other movies. It's simply really genuinely occupying your time. So I cannot ask you or me to stop social media because it's important to connect in the modern age. A lot of people actually earns good money from social media, YouTube, Instagram. People are becoming models in this modern age, but spending too much time on social media, especially if you're not making good money from it, or especially if you're not making money, like especially if your business is not on social media, spending so much time on TV, especially if it's for you to relax, 30 minutes, 2 hours, something more than 2 hours on from time to time, and like before you know what's up, you have probably spent like 8 hours out of the 24 hours you have in a day. And it's not as if the 24 hours is not supposed to be enough. It is, but you're not really making good use of your time well. So like in this our modern age, for you to actually make good use of your time, you genuinely need to cut off time from the time you spend on TV and on screens, on social media, scrolling through Facebook, scrolling through Twitter, scrolling through social media, and you know what I mean, looking for who is shutting you up or who is not shutting you. And sometimes nobody is actually shutting you, but you don't want to meet somebody shutting you. That kind of mindset, like if you're like that, maybe you should program yourself to be more productive instead of. And then if you want to relax, see a movie, 2 hours, see a movie. Like if you're on vacation, but that shouldn't be the only thing you should be doing. The point is to know how to manage your time well. For a lot of people, upgrading yourself or making yourself better has a lot to do with buying new dresses and buying new shoes and making new hairs and all of those very beautiful stuffs. It's also about enriching your mind. You need to read. Educating yourself does not mean being a pharmacist. That means that you have gotten a degree in pharmacy. But what about other things you should know about life? I understand that people's background is different. I'm from a very strong academic background. My father has 2 degrees, 2 strong degrees. My mother, for instance, has been a teacher all my life, became a lecturer and reached to the like very top of a lecturing or teaching profession, however you want to put it. All my life I've been conditioned to studying. I understand that everybody might not necessarily be like me, but it's important to read. It's important to read newspapers. It's important to read magazines. It's important to read things that are not very enticing to you. It's important to read political books, biographies, autobiographies, I meant to say. If you read novels, your vocabulary will have no choice than to improve. It's important that you know something else apart from that thing that was taught to you in your classroom environment. Of course, you should know what was taught to you in your classroom environment educationally, right? But that shouldn't be just what you're subjected to. Of course, you should know this one very well, but you should also be a little bit versatile in politics, in fashion, in religion, in culture, in a lot of things, in fashion. And it is reading most of the time that is going to actually, like, somebody that is very studious reader, apart from the person is going to be a leader. Like in my secondary school, my principal will always say, a reader today is a leader tomorrow. Could be true, but in my opinion, people that travels very well are quite exposed to what life is. In my opinion, also people that read very well is as exposed as people that travel, because you don't have to always travel every time, or you might not always afford to always travel every time, but you can sit down in the comfort of your room and read something that somebody else in the US, somebody's thoughts in the US or in the UK was able to put down in writing. And then you see how people think, you see how cultures think, you see how you just evolve, you just be able to have intelligent conversations with people that are not your family members. It's not every time you'll be talking about the new phone to buy or the price of the latest phone in the market. Those are good, but you'll be able to hold intelligent conversations. You'll not be a boring person. You'll be more intriguing, you'll be more likable. People will consider you to be a more valuable person, and somehow it's going to help you to, like, upgrade yourself. Third tip in my list today is to adapt a healthy eating regimen. Now, this particular tip goes three long ways. One, eat healthy. Two, eat healthy foods, but not in a way that will drain your pocket. And then three, stay away from bad habits such as alcohol and smoking. The first part, which is eating healthy, is a very broad topic. Nutrition, like, many people spend 5 years in school studying about food and about nutrition. Many people go to the extent of masters and even PhD studying about food and nutrition. The whole point in the whole thing is eat different kinds of meal, especially plant-based meal, but in small portions. You need all the nutrients. You need many of the flavonoids, of the phenols, of the antioxidants, of the nutrients, real nutrients from different aspects of food, not just only one kind of meal, but in small portions, eating good food without spending so much money. Okay, in my opinion, I would say if you're the kind of person that does not like to cook, there are food vloggers that will show you very simple ways to cook very good food. The good thing about cooking your food is that you're getting the ingredients by yourself. You are sure of the ingredients you're buying. You are sure of the amount of either sugar or either fat or either the kind of fat that is in it. Is it a good fat? Is it a bad fat? These things are very essential, actually. And then the good thing about it is that the money you will use to spend in eating 3 times a day outside, eating three good meals outside in a day, or two good meals outside in a day, can actually good help you to cook something that could last you for 3 straight days, for 1 straight week, depending on how you plan yourself. Buy your food in bulk. Sort out for when the food is in season. For instance, there is a time that usually around February, tomatoes are cheap. Around December, January, February, tomatoes are cheap as compared to around September, October. As compared to around August, September, October, tomatoes are expensive. If you can buy your tomato around when it is cheap, remove the water content, find a way to preserve it, maybe buy 3 baskets or something. You might be going a long way getting your nutrients. Why not stressing your finances so hard? But the point is that you're still eating good food. Tomato is just an example. There are foods in season throughout the year. There are fruits in season throughout the year. There are vegetables in season throughout the year. These things are very necessary for yourself, but you don't necessarily have to break the bank to be able to eat healthy. You just have to have a good plan to be able to eat healthy. And the third step in this particular third tip is stay away from alcohols, stay away from smoking. Alcohol is good, smoking is leisure. It's not exactly good. A lot of people who have lung cancer is smoking that actually caused it, especially people that are chain smokers. Alcohol is not exactly bad, but too much of it is bad. And the thing about it is that it is addictive. Once you start, it might take you so hard, it might make you feel like it might be so hard for you to break, especially if you're not a very, very, very disciplined person. It might be hard for you. Stay away from foods that are very sugary. Even if you don't have diabetes mellitus in your blood, if you eat too much sugary foods, you might be having diabetes mellitus type 2. That one is called dietary diabetes, the one you got from eating too much sugar. It happens to reduce your salt intake. It's not good for your internal organs. It's not good for your kidney, especially. Salt is not good. Sugar is not good. They are both worse than alcohol, but nobody talks about them. But they're still very, very addictive. They're still not good for your body. They're not good for your weight. If you want to look good, if you want to update yourself, you should eat food that are naturally grown, planted especially. Animal-based foods are also good, but most of the time, plant-based food have lesser amount of poison and still have good amount of antioxidants and alkaloids and phenols and you know what I mean. Those things that are not only nutritional but are also pharmacological. Go on and update yourself as far as your health is concerned, because what you eat is who you actually are. You know what I mean? If you're getting value for your time, please don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel and share this video with your friends. So the fourth tip that we're going to be doing today is sort out your finances slash examine your finances. Find a way. If especially if you're no longer in school, if you're in school, if you're still an undergraduate, the best thing you can do for yourself is to ensure that you pass and pass very well. Especially if you're not exactly master the art of double taxing or multitasking. Just find a way and do it very well, which is your academics. But if you're out of school, you need a something, a side something, or a main something that will be giving you some good money. So you should sort out your finances. If you're not yet employed, you should learn a skill. If you're not yet employed, you should learn a business. Take your time and learn it. Stay away from Ponzi schemes. Stay away from anything that is going to be giving you quick cash or quick profit, or profit that, like, most of the time businesses that will give you very big profit might not be sustained in the long run. Businesses that anytime they tell you to bring one person or bring two people, certainly at a point, even if you're exchanging products for money, at a point people are going to get saturated. At a point people are going to not be able to bring two people under them again, and you won't know when it's going to crash. But or you won't know, like, marketing is good, that's not my problem, I don't have problems with it. But the point is, take your time to learn something before involving in it. Don't come and invest into something and then realize that it's not your thing. Make sure that you understand yourself, understand what you're capable of doing, then learn it before starting. Ensure you know it before starting, so that you don't go and waste all your money in one Ponzi scheme and then cry, and then the next day you come again starting from the beginning, and then following the same cycle. The second part of this particular fourth tip is examine your finances. If you're somebody that buys things on impulse, stop it. Take your time to decide on what you want to buy. If you're somebody that do not understand where all the money you're making is going to, then just it's not hard. Just get yourself a pen and a paper, and anytime you buy something, write it down. The things you have bought in the past 3 months, write them down, so that you understand where your money is going to. Sometimes it's not as if you're not earning enough, but you have failed to use the funds properly. You have failed to examine your finances, where it is going to and where it is not going to, how much you need to buy, how what is actually within your earning capacity. If for instance you're paying rent, or you're paying fees, or you're buying something that is more expensive than what you naturally can afford, it's either you do this one that is more expensive and then like forget other ones, sacrifice other ones, or like you prioritize your things. Just put your things in order of priority. Know the ones that you should sacrifice for and the ones you should not sacrifice for. I was talking to a friend who is old. He's in his 70s. In my opinion, he's quite rich. And I was like, wow, how does it feel to be rich? And be able to afford all the things you need. And he told me without thinking twice that he's not able to afford everything he need. In my opinion, he's 1% of the 1% of the people that have real money. But then, in his opinion, why he might have the money, but there are still things he wants to get, he wants to own, but he is not yet able to afford them very easily. A lot of people are like that. It's hard to see a human being who can afford everything he wants, but you should be able to examine yourself, the ones you need, the ones you don't really need, the ones that are more pressing than others, the ones that have more value, are more pressing than others, the one you should invest more in, and the one you shouldn't invest that much in. If you are able to master your finances, then your life might stop, like shifting like this. Your life will be in some kind of equilibrium, in some kind of balance. And money is important, finances is important, which is why you should take your time to both sort it out and examine your finances from time to time. It's not doing it today and not doing it tomorrow, or doing it tomorrow and not doing it next tomorrow. It's not that you won't have fun, but at least you know how much fun you're having. Whether the fun you're having is hurting your finances, or whether the fun you're having is just to make you feel good, but not to make you feel spoiled, if that makes sense. The fifth tip on our list today is to learn a skill. We have reached the extent in our contemporary world where sometimes the white collar job, the money many people get from the white collar job, is always not enough. Sometimes you need a skill to even be able to be employable. I know somebody who owns a company, and he's into software developing and developing websites and softwares and stuff like that. He develops softwares for big banks, apps for big companies and all. He, like, I was able to talk with him, and he told me that anytime he's calling programmers, people that know how to create apps, create softwares, develop softwares and websites, anytime he finished telling them, so what is your qualification? The person will say, yes, I studied software developing in school, or maybe I studied computer science and whatever in school. He would then ask the person, so what skill do you have? I feel like we have reached a point whereby you should know something else apart from that course you did in school. You should know something else and know it very well, especially if that thing is related. Like, search out for good paying skills. There are lots and lots of good paying skills that you can just learn and convert it into your hobby and find a way to better things and be good at it. Video editing, videography, photo editing, software developing, writing, content creation. There are lots and lots and lots of them, in no particular order really. Fashion, sewing, designing. It's going to, like, just assuming you're searching for a white collar job, there is something else that is going to be in your CV that is not in other people's CV, that is going to make you unique and more sought out for. Just in case you want to enter into the business world, you need to master the art of buying and selling, of marketing, of advertisement, and those are very good, very, very good and necessary skills in the business world. If you're not going to be doing those, if you want to be self-employed, if you want to create something on your own independently, you definitely need a skill. Like, I feel like there is no way you'll be able to run away from learning a skill in this modern age, and then being better than the people that are good. Like, practice does not make perfect, practice does not make permanent, but practice will always make you to improve. And as long as you're still a human being, there should always be a capacity of improvement. The moment you stop improving, you will not realize it, but before 2 months or before 3 months, you're already depreciating. So it's at equilibrium. If you're learning, practicing, you'll be improving, improving, improving. If you stop learning something new, if you stop updating in your skill, you start to depreciate. The problem is that you're not going to be seeing it at the moment, but a year after, you realize that what I used to know before, I don't really know it anymore, or what I used to do before, I cannot do it anymore, or I can still do it, but the time it will take me to do a particular thing is, like, bigger than the time it would have taken me to do it if I was constantly practicing, or I would have done it better and faster if I was always practicing. So it goes in a very diverse way. But the point is learn a skill and master the skill. All right. And then this is going to be leading us to the sixth tip. Without taking much of your time, you need confidence in the modern world. Confidence is something that can be learnt by anybody. Self-esteem is something that can be learnt by anybody. No matter your educational qualification, no matter your background, no matter how well read you are, if you don't have confidence, it's going to be telling on you. So it's something that you need to understand that there was a time every human being was not so good in any particular thing, but the person learned it at a point. No matter your background, no matter your qualification, no matter what you're so good at and your limitations, if you always know that you're good at something and you're important as a human being, and just find a way and have some confidence, find a way and improve your self-esteem. Understand that nobody is perfect. Even though the person is perfect in this particular thing, the person is not perfect in something else. Even though the person might be good in five things, the person might not be so good in the remaining five other things. And then there's something beautiful and good and unique about you. You just need to figure it out. But then don't you ever let your past hold you back. Anybody who's using your past against you do not like you. Anybody using your past against you, we all have. In fact, if you're less than 30 years, in fact, if you're less than 40 years, that particular phrase they say, a fool at 40 is a fool forever. I'm not exactly agreeing to it though, but if you're less than 40 years, you still have a lot of time to stop something or to grow or to be better. A lot of people don't even know what they want until they're 30 or until they're 25 or until they're 35. But it's okay to not always know or to evolve or to become something else or to, but do not let your past hold you back. Your past is not your present, and your past is not exactly determining your future, even though it goes a long way in psychologically making you to have this habit. But then you can always be better than what people think. You can always be better than what you think if you decide to improve yourself on daily basis. So learn confidence and learn self-esteem, and do not let anything hold you back. Nothing. Not pressure, not toxic people, not social media, not peer pressure. Don't let anything hold you back. Jide say confidence is Kike. Jide say ya Kike. The seventh and the last tip: cut out negativity and embrace love and patience. Embrace motivation. Embrace love and patience. Like, bring good things to yourself and take away bad things and toxic things away from yourself. This goes in a lot of diverse ways, you guys. Some people are highly critical. Criticizing is good when it comes once in a while and when it comes constructively. But a lot of people do not even understand constructive criticism. They'll go ahead and be telling you, like, every time the person is going to talk to you, the person will find a bad thing that you have done, or a bad thing, or a good thing you have failed to do, or a good thing you should have done, or something like that. Like, it has ways of demoralizing people. If you have friends like that, they're probably telling you the truth, but they're not necessarily helping you to become better. Because the truth is that you need love and you need kindness. You genuinely need love and you genuinely need kindness, like we all do. Stay more with people that makes you feel better. Stay more with people that encourages you. If somebody is demoralizing you, you will know. If somebody is encouraging you, you will know. If somebody has your best interest at heart, you will also know. If somebody is out there to remind you of that your cloth is not good enough, or that your grades will never be good enough, or that you might never be able to be something good, you will know. Stay away from somebody like that, because the person is not helping you. The person is not helping you to grow. The person is not helping you to be better. The person is not even giving you ideas. If somebody is always making you to regret a particular thing you did, or always making you to, reminding you that you should have done it like this or you should have not done it like that, the person is probably not even giving you insights on how to avoid it, or on how to be better. The person is simply not motivating you, and the person is exactly who you should stay away from, because the person really has nothing to give. The person might even be saying the truth, but the person still is not making things better. The person is not solution oriented, the person is not growth oriented. For you to grow, you genuinely need motivation, you need love, you need kindness. Of course you need discipline, but kindness and patience and motivation, is they are also very good parts of discipline. Encouraging you, encouraging yourself. Also, that person you always gossip with, that's your female friend you always sit down to gossip with and talk about other people and say bad things that other people should have done better, or good things that they should have done but they haven't done. And gossiping about celebrities and stuff like that, you are not growing with the person. The person is not helping you to grow. That guy who is your friend that you spend time drinking with, I'm not saying that drinking is bad or that smoking is terrible, but that person that you spend time, the only thing you people do is to drink. How is the person actually improving your life? You need to make friends with people who are 10 times better than you. Most times it's easier to learn in the field than in theory. Sometimes practical is easier, makes you faster and better than theory. Sometimes it's your friend that will help you to improve. If you have a friend who is very fashion conscious, before you know what's up, your fashion sense will definitely improve. But it's not just about the fashion. If you have a friend who is naturally more very studious, before you know what's up, your lazy attitude towards studies will have to start dropping, have to start reducing, and you will have no option than to start improving. So you should make friends with people who are better than you, especially if it's something you are interested in, so that you find a way to see that this course is very hard, but somebody has passed it and passed it with an A. You understand that you cannot, if the person was able to pass it and also pass other courses with an A, you find out that you might be able to get a B instead of getting an F and complaining they failed me. Upon everything I wrote, they still failed me. Maybe there is something you should have done in a way you should have done it that you don't know. But if you make friends with people who are better than you, in not just in aspect of fashion or aspect of religion or aspect of academics or aspect of growth, general aspects of life, they will teach you something you don't know. They will show you something you don't know. They will inspire you. They will show you, give you life insights on how to go about things, and you will just be better than yourself, your previous self. And the point is to be better. The point is to grow. And sometimes it's not only reading. Sometimes if you're reading, you're still within your comfort of your head. You're not practicalizing it yet. But sometimes you need to see somebody else that is practicalizing that thing you think is not possible. But the person is doing it and doing it well. It just have a long way to help you improve and improve better. It's just like practical and theory. So at this point, this is going to be bringing us to the end of this video for us. I believe you learned 18 or two. If you have not subscribed to my channel, what are you even waiting for? Help us grow now. If you have not liked and shared this video, let us grow. Let my channel grow. Let our channel grow. Let all of us grow together. Let us be better. Okay? If there is something you think I haven't said right or haven't said well in this video, please talk to me in the comment section. Recently, there is nothing I enjoy more than coming to the comment section to read ideas that people are giving to me and communicate with you, my lovely friends. Please stay safe and stay better. Bye.